Is my wife's therapist trying to ruin our relationship? Hi everyone, hope this is an appropriate place to pose this question. Here's some backstory. I've been married to my 37M wife 35F for over a decade. There have been ups and downs, but no major issues, like infidelity, physical or emotional abuse. We also have an amazing, thriving child together. For the last several months she has been doing intensive trauma therapy for CPTSD, childhood sexual trauma, all the worst possible things. She generally doesn't share the stuff that they work on in their sessions, and I'm fine with that. Recently, she came to me with some behavior from her therapist that she thought was odd. She said on a couple of occasions, when talking about arguments or issues that her and I, have, her therapist would compare me to his ex-wife. Example, that's how things were with my ex before we got divorced. I kind of freaked out and I assumed that this guy didn't have our marriage as a priority. I kind of doubled down on this assumption when my wife started expressing doubts about our future together. This had never happened before, at least she never said it aloud. As in, she is doing the work and I am not. I also see a therapist. Now I'm kind of worried about their dynamic together. There are some elements of their therapy that are very different from mine. Such as, they routinely exchange emails outside of therapy. My wife says this is part of the process. He's between practices at the moment, allegedly opening his own in the future, and the emails are continuing, despite her not actually seeing him as a patient. For what it's worth, my wife seems happier than ever. We're about to start couples therapy together, different therapist. But I'm concerned. Is this normal? Is my wife's therapist doing something unprofessional? Should I listen to the gross, paranoid part of me that's worried this divorced, older dude might be trying to steal my wife? She says that she called him out on the comparisons he was making, me to his ex. If you made it this far, thanks for reading. Any advice would be appreciated. Update. Soon-to-be ex-wife is dating the therapist that helped destroy our marriage. Malpractice? So I recently found out that my soon-to-be ex-wife was cheating on me with her trauma therapist. She asked for a divorce, seemingly out of the blue. Less than a month later, I caught them out on a date together. This guy was billing our insurance for visits less than 3 months ago. I have proof that they're essentially living together, including geotagged photos of this predator playing with our young son at her house. I've already filed a complaint with the state licensing board, which is currently under investigation. The divorce, when it's all said and done with, will cost me over $150K in lost assets, and other concessions I had to make to satisfy the requirements in our 50-50 state. I'm primarily concerned with him losing his license, so he can't do it to someone else, but am curious if there might be some sort of a malpractice case? Would it make a difference if I waited until the board decided to take disciplinary action, assuming they did? I just want to include, she went to this guy to deal with trauma related to childhood SA, and now he's sleeping with her. I don't have definitive proof of that, but I do have proof that he's staying the night at her place, which makes it more likely than not, at least in my eyes. Any thoughts or suggestions would be appreciated.